Hi, and welcome to the channel. I'm Robin.
And I'm Troy.
And today we wanted to talk to you about one more Spain adventure. I know we thought we were actually done with these videos from our transatlantic cruise in May, but honestly, going back and looking through some of the pictures and videos, I completely forgot to talk about our excursion that we did through Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
Right? And
yeah.
where did we go?
I don't know. Ponta Azores? I don't know.
Ponta Delgada.
Yeah, that's right. That's where it was.
Azores.
That's what I said.
Azores.
That's what I said, clearly.
Okay. Anyway, so we actually did do this through Royal Caribbean. It was the only excursion that we officially did.
Oh yeah, the rest we did on
we did the rest. We did self excursions the rest of the time, but this one we did get through Royal Caribbean, and I booked it well in advance. So I got it like 40% off, I think.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was like $52 a piece for us, so about 104 or 108. It was something like that. Anyway, so we actually did it, and I'm not a big excursion person normally because I usually like to just kind of self-explore. What do you think?
Yeah, we usually make our own path.
Yeah.
Carve through, get a knife and a blade and knife our way through.
But since we were going on this one and we had a few stops, we stopped in the Bahamas, we stopped at the Azores, and then we also stopped, where did we stop? Malaga. Malaga, yeah. And anyway, so we decided to go ahead and do one as an excursion. So was it worth it to us? Now, we are definitely budget travelers, and we don't like to spend a whole lot of money unless it's something that we really know that we're going to enjoy. We're just that way. We would rather do more for less. Have more adventures, even if we've got to not do it as fancy. We're just not real super fancy people. We don't mind some fancy every now and again.
Every once in a while we get a little bougie.
Yeah.
We get bougie every once in a while.
But for the most part, again, we'd like to do more for less. So this excursion was through Royal Caribbean, so at least we knew that we were going to be coming back to the ship on time. We shouldn't have any issues with that. They always say that if you travel and you do the excursions with the cruise line,
they won't leave you.
They won't leave you, or if they do have to leave you, they'll get you to where you need to be. Right. But we did go ahead and do it because I wanted to kind of experience it, right? Yeah. And so the question is, again, was it worth it? And I don't know. Let's talk about it first. Yeah, let's definitely. You go ahead. Tell them about what we did first.
We got on the bus. We got on the bus and rode where they told us we was going.
Yes, we did get on a bus. We got off. It was a beautiful day. Let's start there.
It was a nice day.
The weather was amazing.
Right.
Now I don't know what this island normally has as far as weather goes, but whenever we got on the bus and we got off, the weather was nice. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't rainy. We had blue skies with white puffy clouds. Yeah. You really can't ask for more than that whenever you get to a port and you're doing an excursion.
All the pins were set up.
Yeah. All the pins were set up. We just, had to go in and get a strike. So the bus was very comfortable. It was very nice. It wasn't overly used. It was nice and large. We didn't have any problems with any of that. What did you think about the person that was doing our tour?
When I could understand her, she was from the island, I believe.
Yeah, well, yeah,
she was from the island,
and her accent was a little strong. I mean, not so much that you couldn't understand her, but there was, because whenever they're talking through the mics on the bus, it is a little bit garbled sometimes.
And clearly, she speaks at least one more language than us.
Yes, she definitely speaks at least one more language than us, so I cannot fault her for that. But the accent was a little strong, so we really had to listen and pay attention, which was fine. After we'd been on the bus for a little while, we did go to our first stop. Now this excursion rather, had 3 stops. And the first one was for a pineapple field, or not really, I guess they're fields.
Yeah, that's where they grow pineapples.
They looked more like, greenhouses. They were greenhouses. Apparently this place is very well known for their pineapples.
White greenhouses.
Yes, yeah, they were very white greenhouses. And so this place is known for their pineapples, and she gave us the history of it. And I hate to say it, I'd love to give you some more details on that, but it's been so long since we did the excursion, I don't remember.
And nothing was earth-shattering.
No, nothing was earth-shattering.
But
it was very interesting because you could see the pineapples as they were growing in the different stages, because all that little houses had different stages of pineapple growth in them. And it was really interesting. I've always been fascinated about the origins of food and where things are and how they look in their natural form. They did have a little gift shop there too. So for anybody that's looking for some pineapple pineapples to wear upside down on the cruise ship.
No, settle down.
I didn't mean us.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying in general, they had plenty of pineapples on display. So, if you're looking for a pineapple, there you go.
Take the excursion.
Take the excursion to the pineapple place. But then we went driving through the town. What'd you think of the town overall? Was this a place, I guess, every time we go places now, we think, is this a place where we'd want to stay for a short period of time or a long period of time or at all?
Ultimately, the answer is no.
I think it would be a place we could stay at, like, for a short period of time.
Very short.
Yeah, like a week.
A week?
But it was a cute little place. I could be there a week.
I might be confusing it with somewhere else.
Anyways, it was neat. We drove through the little town, and these buses, as they are driving by each other, they are so close together. Like, we could nearly hang our hand out the window and like shake somebody's hand on the bus next door.
You'd have chopped off as close as they were.
But they were close.
Right.
They were seriously close. But like I said, driving through the town, it was really neat. We got a nice overview. The thing I don't like about excursions is, of course, you're on everybody else's time. Mm-hmm. You don't get to take your time. You're all on the bus together. You don't really even have a chance to get to know the people on the bus with you. You're really just moving around like cattle,
yeah,
like sheep.
Yeah.
Moo moo,
bye.
Yeah. Exactly. That's all we're doing.
Keep it moving. Is that the place where the lady face planted?
Yeah. So there was So the second location that they took us to was this great little in the town square, and they kind of just let us do a free range back to the cattle thing. We got to do a free range.
Back to the bus.
But they gave us so much time, which was not very long at all. I think we had 25 minutes, 20 minutes.
Something like that.
It wasn't very long at all, but we did get to walk around. Troy and I left and did our own kind of looking, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. The town square was beautiful. I could definitely stay in that little town square at a little rental for a week. And the streets were clean. They were pretty much empty as we were walking around. Once we left the little touristy spot right there in the square, it was really kind of dead. So we had to find the restrooms. So we went over there and had a weird experience at the restrooms.
Another story.
It was weird. But anyway, so we made it to this other area where there was this beautiful kind of river running through, and there was a playground area and a lot of green space, a lot of walking areas.
I don't know why, but it reminded me of river walking in San Antonio.
Right? Yeah, it did kind of have a riverwalk feel.
San Antonio kind of feeling old school.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. And the little waterfall coming off, it was really beautiful. I liked the sound. There were a lot of birds flying around. It was very peaceful. And that's why I'm saying that little town square area and that little area to just walk around, I could definitely be at this place for about a week. But I think a week at this location would probably be enough for me.
4 days.
4 days.
Next.
He's like, I'm out. But unfortunately on a cruise ship, you get a short period of time at each port. That's the downside. But you have to look at it, it's like sampling at a buffet. You know, you go to the buffet, you try everything a little bit, and then you make a decision on whether or not you would want to go back and have it some more. And that's what these ports really give us.
Yeah.
So it was really nice, but we didn't get, like I said, too much time there. We did get to walk around and see some things on our own, and then we had to make sure that we got back to the bus.
Yeah, they won't. Oddly enough, they wouldn't really leave us since we found out those 4 people.
Yeah, as we found out at the third location that we went to, which was Fire Lake, and that was really pretty, but again, so crowded. Getting up the hill, mountain, whatever we're calling this thing, it was steep. I kept thinking the bus was going to just start sliding back. It was so steep. But it was pretty scary because the bus is really big, and he's making these swings and these... And no guardrails. There was no guardrails. We're literally looking down, thinking, how many bodies are down there?
Yeah, you looking down. I'm looking ahead. I'm not.
He has a thing with heights. He does not. He's not a fan of heights. If you watched any of the stuff that we did in Spain, he's not a fan of heights. So unfortunately, that put us in a position where he wasn't looking down too much at these locations, but. We did get up there and we saw the Fire Lake, right? It was beautiful. We got some great videos.
I will say that was.
It was. And that may not have been, like if we would have rented a car, that may not have been something that we would have gotten to, possibly. Like I said, there was a lot of buses, a lot of traffic, and it was
the way those roads were.
It was scary.
We wouldn't have done it.
It was a little scary a couple times.
Turn this car around. Let's go back.
Like whenever we were in Jamaica and I was driving to Jamaica, you were like,
I'm driving there.
What?
I drove in Jamaica.
I drove in Jamaica.
We both must have driven. Yeah, we drove.
Okay.
I drove in.
He remembers things differently.
I remember how it happened. Yeah.
Anyways, so but the fire lake was beautiful, and off the path of the fire lake I guess off the main area where everybody was doing their pictures, their selfies, all of that. There was a little area that you could take this little path and walk further down. Now you didn't get to walk all the way down to the fire lake. That was a lot further down, but you did get to get a little bit closer, and so we walked down there quite a ways, but we ran out of time. I would have loved.
We almost had to carry one of us back up the hill.
I was fine.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful. It was worth walking down a little bit closer and got the views and everything there. And unfortunately, and I didn't know the reason, I don't think she mentioned, but apparently there's no swimming in the fire lake. Now, I don't know why.
That's probably because they didn't want any drowning in the fire lake.
Maybe. All I could think was how much I wanted to swim in this thing. But walking down and getting closer to it was at least nice, and it was a nice little trail. But walking down was easier than walking up. Walking back up was a little rough. But then after that, we made it down the hill in the big old bus, and we got down to the bottom and went through the rest of the town to get back to the cruise ship. So we got to see a little bit different part of town on that side.
Yeah.
What did you think was a little bit different on that side?
I don't remember. It's been too long.
Okay, well, I guess because I'm the one that does the editing of these videos, so I rewatched the videos that we did.
I was there the first time, so it doesn't matter. I was there the first time.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so anyway, so there's a whole section of the town.
That fire lake, it was nice.
It's incredible. The view all the way around.
That was worth the excursion by itself.
Yeah.
Some of the other stuff, staying there 7 days, but the views at the fire lake was incredible.
No, agreed. I mean, I could have missed out on the pineapple thing. I mean, it wasn't the pineapple thing was neat, but it wasn't all that. It's almost like going to a comedy show. The first comic is second one's usually better, and then you have the headliner. Think of it like that. They kind of did the same thing. The pineapple was meh. It was kind of cool. It was interesting. The next one, the square, the town square and everything was much better. And then the fire lake was, wow, here we are. Here's the headliner.
Real crescendo, huh?
Yes. Now, but like I said, going back through town on the opposite side, it was definitely more modern. You could tell the difference in the architecture was a little bit more modern, taller buildings.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. You can definitely tell a big difference. Yeah, you can definitely tell a real big difference in the areas that had been developed and the time period that it was developed. But here's the biggest thing. Yeah, you said it was worth it. Of course, keep in mind
I said the fire. Okay,
yeah.
The fire lake.
So, but the excursion was worth it because we did get to go. The big thing, the headliner, was the fire.
Yeah.
But we also got that excursion for 40% off of the normal ticket price. And I think it was only 40%. It might have even been like 45.
45%, something like that.
Would it have been worth it? Well, let's also, hang on, real quick before he answers that question. Here's the downside of going on an excursion. You do have a large amount of people, as I was saying. You're sheeple. You're on the time scale. You've got to do it the way they want to do it. Now, then you have people that are being very disrespectful, and they don't care about other people's time or whatever. Now, this bus had to get back because they actually do 2 of these excursions in the same day. You have the first excursion, and then you have the second one. And we know because one of our friends that was on the boat did the second excursion that started at 1 o'clock.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was 1 o'clock.
Okay.
And they said that some of the buses were late coming back. We had a family of 4. When it came to the fire lake, they decided while they were in the town square, which was the spot number 2, they decided to get apparently lunch and buy it at the square, and then they took it to the fire lake and decided to have a picnic. Well, in the process of them having the picnic, as we're getting ready to go, of course, they're counting heads and making sure everybody's on the bus, and they're minus 4 people. So the lady, that's doing our tour has to get off and go look for our people, and you'll notice in the pictures we have these number 4s stickers. That way they can tell who belongs to what bus. And she finds this family of 4, ironically, and they're overeating. And so they finally herd them onto the bus so that we can all go. But I thought to myself, seriously, people, I can understand being caught up in the moment. You're looking, you're not watching the time. You didn't realize we were loading up. We're so sorry. But to bring food for you, your husband, or your husband and your wife and your 2 kids, and sitting down and have a picnic when you know everybody's on a time scale, I just felt like that was really rude. That was really entitled, very people. Entitled.
People, yeah.
No, they're humans.
Yeah, whatever.
It's humans. Anyways, so getting back to, was it worth the excursion? Yes, it was worth it for the price that we paid. Knowing the few little difficulties, would it have been worth it if we would have been paying full price?
Nah.
Okay.
Not to me. I mean, not to me. But it was a nice. Like I said, the Fire Lake was good. A couple other little things. The company was good. The company was good. But
always priceless.
The excursion itself, for the price, it was worth it. So
for our price, yeah. But again, if we would have booked it through the Royal Caribbean at full price, like last minute, one of the people that scooped it up, and there was no more discounts, maybe I would have not thought about it at the time, but knowing that we got the discount, I think it was worth it. And otherwise, I think I would have been a little bit disappointed because we were really rushed through it and we didn't really get to enjoy very much of it. It was just go, 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 go. So that was it. So if you ever decide to get on a transatlantic and you stop at that location, I would definitely say maybe even possibly, see if you wanted to rent a car or see if they have any local guide, because we would much rather do a local guide and pay for a more private tour of an island or something like that than to be with a large group of people, especially if you're on a bus. If you're in a van, I think a van excursion is better where you've got 6 to 8 people. But I think whenever you get on a bus with, how many people were there?
It had to be over 100 people.
No, it couldn't have been that. Really?
Yeah, it was like 4 seats across, and it had to be at least 25 rows.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, well, it was way too much. It was way too much. It was too big of a group to really enjoy ourselves. So I think that going forward, if and when we decide to do more excursions, because this was how many cruises we've been on? I don't even know how many cruises, and I think this is only the first. Was this the first? No, this is the second.
We've had excursions before. We've done excursions.
Yeah, I think we've done 2 other excursions out of all the cruises that we've done, all the ports. But we're more of a get out and find our way kind of people. So if you want to, definitely check out the island. Don't just stay on the ship. It is a beautiful island. I think that it's worth seeing.
Where's Waldo? Folks, remember to like and subscribe. Please like.
Thank you so much. Bye.